Okay, in moving this, whew, I have broke a weld. I'm going to try to push it. Oh, I better watch out for that electric wire. I'm going to try to push it in there and wire it like this one, because this one had a broken weld also when I got it. So, it's not quite round anymore, but it's out of this big pile here. I need room to come in and out of there without running into this hay pile. So I'm going to try to push up some of this hay and distribute it if I can. I've got more hay coming, but in the meantime, I may have to rob over there. I've got a row that is in with the goats. I may put in here in the meantime, because the goats have feed in there. I could always get that one from Helen's, but it's so far down in there, and that one over there does not have a ring around it. So, oh, I got into something. I think there's some ants in that hay. They're biting the mess out of me. That poor chicken right there, she had an egg, and she's just bound and determined that she's going to lay in this hay. And she was in it when I was moving it. She got up and cackled a bit, but she came right back. she was right in here. And I did get one of her eggs because she had already laid an egg. But anywho, whew, let's get started on our project. While the steers are in the stall right there. Okay, y'all, I'm out here at the pasture and it has been a rough couple of weeks. So let me start with what has been going on the last 2 weeks. First, I had oral surgery in my mouth, and they went ahead and they've done 4 bone grafts so far, and they put in 2 implant posts, And now I have a temporary where I lost that tooth. But it has been a very painful healing process so far. I'm always videoing from the opposite side, and now I think it's out of habit, but now I can video from this side because I have a temporary up there, and you won't be able to see the hole in my mouth. But anyway, so the past couple of weeks, for a whole 7 days, 7 to 10 days, something like that, honestly, I did enough to get by. I worked in the greenhouse some, and I did some sewing projects and some soap making. So that has kind of kept me busy. But then I got 2 weeks behind on planting the fields. So I had to get that done, and I showed you a little bit of that. And also in the pasture, we did get some rain, so we had some grass coming up out here. I'm going to pan around and show you just what it looks like now. But do you remember I had equipment over there in the pasture, some farm equipment? Well, I had to get that out. One piece is going to a new home, and one piece has went to the equipment storage in the old barn that's over on 2 hills over. But I needed to get them out of here because, y'all, when I was working with it, I was so afraid that Helen was going to get hurt on a piece of equipment, and I knew that equipment had to get out of here. Hey, Arlie. So I am still in the process of cleaning up in the pasture. We had a tree that fell during the last bad storm. Hey, baby. And I needed to get that out of here. So, yes, the pastures are being cleaned up. I've got a couple of trees in the steers pasture over there that I've got to get out. And then I've got some apparently that feels good. And I've got a few things in the goat pasture over there that I need to move around, get out of there. The old hay feeder that I had fell apart, so I need to get that out of there or repurpose it in some way. Hey, Arlie. Hey, baby. Are you just... He's just going to be over here while I'm talking. But, y'all, while I was moving the piece... It was an old, finishing mower. It was an old finishing mower that was out there that needs some TLC on it, and we don't use it. It was an original piece that we bought when we first moved here, and it just needs a little TLC, and we have rehomed it. But while I was getting that hooked up to the tractor to move it completely out of the pasture, Helen decided of all times that's when she wanted to investigate it. Y'all, Helen ain't never been near that thing. And then all of a sudden, Helen wants to investigate it. So she goes over to it, and I try to get her away from it so that I could get it out of the pasture. I had already fed her, and she came out of her stall. But y'all, I should have just relocked her up in there and let her stay in her stall till I got it out, because she decides she wants to walk across it, and when she did, she cut her leg. She cut her leg about that far. Now, it was a superficial cut, and it didn't really bleed at first. It finally had like a little droplets of blood on it. You know how when you take the top layer of skin, it gets that little droplet of blood? Well, that's what it looked like. So I was going to put some silver spray on it. Now, y'all know me. I am so used to just crawling around under Helen and over Helen. And, you know, Helen's just my baby girl. And I'm just so used to doing that I didn't think anything about crawling up under her to spray silver on her leg. Had it been any other time, everything would have been okay. But the spray stung her. It hurt her ouchie. So Helen kicks with that back leg to try to kick whatever it was away from the wound on her leg. And y'all, she got me. She got me in both legs, my elbow and my chest. Sent me flying. And I thought, I have been kicked by Helen. Well, it's okay. I've got just a tiny, tiny bruise on my leg. You really can't even see it, but it hurt. It hurt my feelings more than anything. Not because she kicked me. It was because I hurt her and she trusted me. So, yeah, Helen had a boo-boo, an ouchie, and I sprayed it, and she kicked me. She did send me flying, and I did not know that she had not broken anything as far as bones on me. But, yeah, I had to sit there for a minute. So, yes, I am kind of accident prone, but y'all, I'm constantly doing something. And when you're constantly doing something, you're going to have accidents and you're going to get boo-boos. So it's okay, but that's the story behind Helen kicking me. Now, I wanted to share with you a couple of more things of what's going on here. So I'm getting, I got in more hay and got it stacked by the fence this weekend, and I got in some bales here. And the reason I've got the bales of hay is I have the Kids of Praise group coming from the church this Friday night for Farm Day. It's the end of school year celebration. They're going to come in and they're going to pet animals, get treats, play with Arlie and Helen, and they see the emu chicks and play with the goats, and we'll let Daisy out to run amongst them. But after they get done with all that, then we're going to go over to the range side, and I've got a couple of farm-themed relay races type games to play with some pool noodle stick horses and real fresh eggs and stuff like that. And then when it gets dark, I have a popcorn machine and we've got a cotton candy machine coming. We're going to have outdoor movie night for the kids. Now, the ages are between 5 and 12 from what I understand, but I've got a lot of the adults wanting to come also, which is okay with me. So we're going to do that on Friday. Now, being 2 weeks behind on everything just kind of made me have to really, really work this past week from sun up to sundown. There was one day that I did not eat anything until 6 o'clock that night, which is not good. I know it's not good, but I was just really hard at it. They had sent Tony out of town for a little bit, so I just kind of had to kick it in gear and get the big fields back there disked and planted in corn and peanuts and some pink eye purple hull peas back there. I've got things going on in the greenhouse, of course. I'm already harvesting in there. So I did easy stuff for 1 week, and then the second week I've really had to get after it. And now trying to get everything prepared so that it will be so much safer for the little ones coming. And, you know, it's all about them, because they are, you know, they're celebrating the end of the school year and getting to do fun stuff on the farm here at G&G Farms. So, but I want to show you something. Okay, so I wanted to show you the new merch that we are just launching. It's already on the site. This one is Helen. It says, "Walk by faith, not by sight." And it also comes in pink. But we also have the shirt for Nellie. I thought that I would do a Nellie shirt since she had gotten sick, and it says, "Whoa, Nellie." And it also comes in pink color. Okay, so also I wanted to show you the things that I am just most proud of. And I've got the stainless steel tumblers. They have G&G Farms on there. But it's also the one from Helen, Walk by Faith, Not by Sight. And that is just really, really beautiful. But y'all, there's one that Jacqueline has really outdone herself on. I was just amazed. So I sent her a design and said, "Can you work with this?" It was the whole design. One of my favorite Bible verses, I am the vine, you are the branches. So Jacqueline sent back a proof of what I wanted. And y'all, I want y'all to see this. These are my tomatoes. And it says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me, and I in him, bears much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing." John 15:5. And it also has G&G Farms on it. But y'all, it is like a linen color. The tomatoes are, again, made to look vintage, because y'all know I am all about the vintage. And it is stainless. It comes with a straw, and same with the Helen one. But y'all, that's not all. I want y'all to see this. I don't know that we can ever top this one. The same verse, the same design, but it's in the ceramic cork bottom. I'm going to say travel mug or tea mug, because I mean it's got a lid, but I say that it's a tea mug or a coffee mug. But y'all, it looks exactly like this, except in the tumbler. And just, it's brilliant, y'all. I don't know that we can top this next time. When she sent me this, I literally cried. This is just amazing. I thank her so much for what she's done, and how she has helped me to design and put out this kind of merch. But y'all, this captures me. This is me. I am so thankful to Jacqueline for doing this merch. Now, I did not like the material of the last aprons, so Jacqueline has worked hard on getting in a different material apron. I wanted cotton or linen material, so she's worked very hard on that. And she told me today that the linens, the aprons are in, and she's going to get them up on the site also. So this stuff is live, y'all, and I am excited about it. Y'all go shop, because you know we'll change one day, but I don't know that I won't keep these on there. These to me are just the most amazing pieces that I have seen as of yet. I'm really proud. So let's go, and I want to show you the difference in the greenhouse in the last 2 weeks. Well, y'all, welcome to the jungle. You can see the okra starting to bear. Look at how tall these cucumber vines are. And y'all, I've already been eating them. They are probably the best cucumbers that I have ever tasted in my entire life. They are so good. They're the Sweet Success from Hoss. Of course, all the seeds in here came from hauls. But y'all look, I've had to trellis this last row here. I'm having to trellis some of the pea vines because they're just running everywhere. They are about to start bearing themselves. Look at these peppers, the heatless habaneros. Look at the size of these red snapper tomatoes. Oh my goodness. These tomatoes are just phenomenal. Now I had to come in here again today and prune again today because, you know, we've got to have airflow in the tomatoes so that there's no disease. But I've harvested some of the banana peppers. I've harvested some of everything. And you know, I've been doing a load of calendula every day. It's just amazing. I've been eating squash every day. Yeah, I need to come out here and harvest the calendula again. They've gone crazy. Yeah, to me, it's just so amazing how different everything is overnight. Now, these cucumbers, I know you're thinking, those vines are wilted. They tend to wilt like that. Oh my goodness, I've missed one. They tend to look wilted like that in the daytime. When the sun goes down, they tend to perk back up. I don't know. I think it's maybe the heat. Y'all, I've got to. I've found a cucumber that looks like a U. I don't know. It'll be delicious though. I just did not see it, and it's kind of gotten big. So here's another couple of cucumbers that we're going to have for dinner tonight. Of course, we'll have some squash, of course. I'm crawling around while I'm talking. But we'll have some squash. Won't be long before we'll have some okra. Of course, you know I'm going to have to share with Jason because he likes okra. But I'm all excited. I'm sitting here looking at all of the hot peppers that are really, really long and ready for harvest. So it looks like that I'm going to have my job cut out for me for the next couple of days, harvesting and putting stuff up. So yeah, I got to get in here as soon as the sun goes down and it gets a little bit cooler. I got to come in here and get this done. I was able to harvest the elephant garlic today, or no, yesterday. And today I baked a loaf of sourdough bread from my starter Otis. And I got to get back here and work all this stuff. Y'all farm on.